Hey everyone, welcome. This is Rochelle from Holistic Health and Transformation, and I wanted to jump on today to just welcome you to my page and basically just here to talk about my upcoming workshop on delving more into self-love and intuitive ways of working with yourself and kind of setting boundaries and understanding the concepts around codependency and just finding ways that actually work for you in everyday life and your health and well-being. So I recently had a conversation with a friend and a few other people that I've had conversations with throughout my time, and I'm constantly hearing the same thing of I don't know how to set boundaries. I don't know, how to put myself first in some ways. And that's not in the way of like selfish or egoic sort of putting yourself first. It's, choosing how to self-love and self-nurture and self-nourish first and foremost to then be able to give back through a level of service. So I have been on this journey myself personally for over a decade, just really learning the tools and integration work on how to bring these components all together and really talk about ways that we can simply nurture ourselves using a specific book that I had in mind that helps with these sort of concepts, and also, the many hundreds of other books and information and coaching components and things that I've learned along the way. So basically it's a shortcut guide of figuring out how to really nurture the self, really come into that self-love, and really know the simplistic tools that no one teaches us growing up, as young adults, young teens, things like that. Just really learning how to own our power, own who we are, but do it in a really loving, nurturing way. And I also talk about how to do this whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're married, whether you're divorced, whatever your situation is. This is really about the self and how when we nurture ourselves, how we can actually attract certain relationships and experiences and opportunities to us through this way of really knowing how to nurture and love ourselves from within, as opposed to just all that surface level stuff that we're all taught on how to supposedly self-love or self-care. And a lot of people don't get to the core of the thing, and these are just some really easy and simplistic ways, but I also explain it in a really beautiful and in-depth way from things that I've learned and the ways in which you can really integrate that information and really know why you're doing it, and allow for that to land in your body and your being, and really connect to that level of just self-love and nurturance that you can really connect into once you have those skills and abilities and those tools that I would love to share with you in this workshop. So I'm just jumping on, sharing that I'll be holding this again. I've held it before, had some good feedback from the perspective that I offered. I don't always offer a mainstream perspective. I offer an integrated and experience-based perspective through gathering knowledge, information through all the tools and lessons and learnings I've gathered, but also like actually actioning those things in my own personal life, and also helping to support other people throughout their journey along the way. So I've been doing that sort of stuff for many decades, and even just through my friendships, through my work connections with my clients in the care industry. And also, I just want to keep offering this more so in the coaching and health space and the intuitive work in a way that can really allow you to really get the truth of what these skills and components are to tap into those inner self-love and inner connection. So I will be offering this predominantly for women initially, but this is just a women's workshop. This is basically because it's offering a safe space for women to be able to connect to these intuitive wisdoms. But I do not discriminate in the sense of I do work with men as well through my other coaching spaces, and I will probably in the future, if there's some demand for it, to be able to allow this information to be available to men as well. But predominantly I just want to offer this specifically just to women to start with, and then down the track I'll just open it to men and women as well. But intuitively it felt right for me to offer this predominantly for women in this space. And just because I am a woman, so I'm offering it from a women's perspective. And so even though the tools can be universal with men and women, I feel this can really offer a beautiful, just gentle yin sort of energy to what women are craving after being, kind of conditioned to live in a man's world and live in the masculine aspects of life. So so if this resonates for you and you feel called to this work and you really want to know just the really simplistic ways of how to self-nurture, self-love, and really have it come from a different perspective through all the knowledge and wisdoms that I've learned along the way, and also working with other people, jump on my website and book a session or book the actual workshop, and let's go from there. So like and subscribe and leave a comment under my videos. Like if this is calling to you, like let me know. I'm happy to send you an email about more information around this and just really explain kind of what we're going to be covering in this workshop. So I basically have the workshop under the name of self-love, and basically it's a nourishing and nurturing sort of element to what I'll be covering in this space. So alright, well thank you so much for coming, and hopefully this connects to some of the things that you want to be working on with yourself. And this really is a great introduction into some of the work that I do, and it's really at the core and the base of what I teach. And I feel like these tools are really key in order to build from the ground up and from the inside out, as opposed to just, the surface level band-aid or momentary fixes that don't always work for the long term. So these will be things and tools that you'll be able to take with you throughout your life, and it's a constant journey of self-love and self-connection and self-nourishment. So anyways, that's what I'll be covering in my workshop coming up. I've already run it before. I really love to bring this to more women and more people. And if you feel like you connect to this video and to the work that I'm going to be sharing, jump on, book your workshop, and I'll see you there. All right, thank you so much.